And everybody looked good. You feel good?
Yeah, felt great. It was an ideal day. Everybody's very excited. You can kind of feel it. And beautiful day and beautiful practice.
Hank Conger, we all watched you working with a new catcher today. What's involved there? How long a process is that?
For a good catcher like Hank, not very long. I could tell just as we really got into it, 20 or 30 pitches, he was already kind of anticipating where the ball was going to go and presenting it very well. I mean, he's caught a bunch of high-level guys throughout his career. I think he has 4 or 5 years in the big league, so it's not really that tough. He's a great receiving catcher. That's why he's here. He also has a little power as well. So, but behind the plate, it's usually not an issue for a good catcher.
How important is it to establish that line of communication now on day one? Because we saw you really commanding what you like and what you don't like.
Yeah, it's extremely important. It's vital. Just so when we do get into games, there's no questioning, there's no doubt. He already knows kind of the game plan, and then we just work within that.
Kind of walk through those conversations. We got to hear you discussing with him, I like a target, I like this, and then you would say, I'm going to throw these certain pitches. How much of that is on him and you also living up to what you just said to him?
Well, every pitcher's different. Some people like for the catcher's glove to be where they want the ball to finish. Some people like the catcher's glove to where they want to start the ball. It's kind of complicated, really hard to explain, but for the most part, just how he presents his body that best suits me, and he was totally open to it. He tried some new things, and it worked out really well.
And take that into a ball game now, into the season, in a critical situation. The conversation out here is the difference, perhaps?
It could be, for sure. It's just one less thing that you have to think about, which makes your job easier.
What are some basic goals or maybe pitches you are working on specifically in this spring training?
I'm working on everything. I'm trying to be more consistent all across the board, top to bottom, fastball, slider, changeup, all pitches in the zone on both sides of the plate. So whenever I'm out there, there's intention with every single throw. Even whenever we're warming up, when we're stretching, when I'm in the weight room, when I do my conditioning, there's intention behind everything. The strength and endurance component is to keep me healthy. And on the mound work is to be as successful as I possibly can be.
So it looks laid back, but everything is taken very seriously.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, because I don't want to push it I don't want to take it overboard, but the mental intent is always 100%, even when the physical is a little more laid back, for sure.
How did you enjoy TV with, what was it, MLB Network last year?
I did MLB Network and ESPN. It was awesome. It was fun. I have an added respect for you guys because trying to interview people is not as easy as it looks. Like thinking of questions on the spot, because I didn't really go in with a script. I wanted it to be more like a conversation, and with the cameras rolling, it's a lot tougher than it seems.
So what would you ask yourself right now if you were standing on this side?
I think you guys did a good job.
We did a good job. That's great.
Yeah,
We got a
yeah.
passing grade.
The national media, when they talk about their favorite rotations going into the year, the Rays are in the short list again, as usual. Do you ever read and know about that stuff? What kind of responsibility is that for you? Particularly, you got all these young guys looking up to you.
Yeah, I don't read too much into it, but I do know that we have a staff that's capable of doing some special things if healthy. I know that. I mean, I'm aware of the league. I don't buy into predictions and things like that this early because there's so many factors that can come into play. Guys can have breakout seasons. Guys can have seasons that aren't up to their normal standard. Guys can get injured. So it's hard to make predictions right now. I don't really look into that too much, but the guys that we have in camp right now are elite. For sure, hands down. I got to go, guys. I got to finish up some stuff.
One more, please.
I got to roll, man. Sorry.
Okay.